Right. Welcome to again another lesson today. This is the uh, international trade and finance. Last time we were looking at the something to do with the promotion of trade, ways of government in promoting trade, versus promotion of restriction, promotion of trade. So we have looked at several areas. We are trying to answer the question: can government intervene in international trade? So we actually discovered that indeed government has to intervene in international trade. So the fact that government has to intervene in international trade, we have looked at several reasons why government should intervene. And we looked at political reasons, looked at economical reasons, and then we looked at other cultural motives or cultural reasons why government has to intervene in international trade. Indeed, we concluded with our discussions that indeed government has to intervene in international trade based on the fact, on the reasons that we already discussed. Again, I still remember that we have to look at if government has to intervene in international trade, then what are the methods of promoting trade? So we have to look at the several reasons why government has to promote trade. And from the reasons that we discussed, still we are recalling that we actually say that one of the reasons why government has to promote trade is through what is called subsidies. And we have to define what is subsidies. An example of these subsidies, here in Malawi, actually, we have got fertilizer subsidy, and we have got other areas that the government has to do to subsidize. So, but basically, what is common in our country is fertilizer subsidy. We've got Malata subsidy, fertilizer subsidy, we've got the cement subsidy. So we had to describe what subsidy is all about. Of which we actually say that we talk about subsidy. We're looking at something to do with financial relief by the government. Government has to relieve people financially by paying something, whether to import or export goods. So there's a certain amount of money, percentage, that government has to subsidize. The rest of the amount has to be paid by the owner. So we actually define that this subsidy is just financial assistance on domestic products, a form of export and imports of goods, of which we are looking at it that is happening globally. That financial assistance, that is what we actually looked at as the subsidy. And then from there, we actually said that the government has to subsidize. So we looked at drawbacks of subsidy sometimes. We talk about drawbacks of subsidy most times. It's just because sometimes it's because of political issue. You find that the subsidy is being underrated. It's not looked on it as a positive issue, just because of political grounds. And sometimes the very same subsidy, especially when we look at it nowadays, subsidy has been looked at as sort of vital importance, simply because it has encouraged corruption. find a lot of people, they are corrupt. Chiefs are corrupt. Politicians are corrupt because of subsidy. But generally, though I look at those as some of the drawbacks, we have got the other drawbacks of which the risk is endless, but still, we are looking at it as a method of promoting trade. So government has to promote trade in what is called subsidy. The second area that we look at is about exporting financing. Sometimes government has to finance the exports, has to encourage exports. So when you look at this export financing, government often promote exports in helping companies finance their products, especially their exporting products. So when you are looking at that one, because government is trying to assist companies, especially when they are exporting, we look at that as another way of promoting trade. So when we look at this, that most time when we talk about export financing, we have got the United States of America, we have got banks. There is what is called an export bank, the export-import bank of the United States of America. The NEI for the export bank of the United States of America, the export and import bank of the United States of America, is to help companies finance their exports. It helps companies finance their exports. Generally, this bank, of course, when you look at the bank, does not mean that it only, they are profit-making entities, of which even when it is financing companies through these exports, it gains something else. So we'll look at that, and then from there, we have to look at again another area of controversy about what is called an overseas private investment corporation. Overseas private investment corporation, of which again is another area, overseas private investment corporation. Apart from the Import-Ex Bank of the United States, and this one again, the overseas promotion investment corporation is there to help exporting and finance exporting companies so that they have to export their commodities without taxes. So look at those ones as some of the, of course, this one, the overseas private investment corporation, has functions, and the functions like one of them is just at least the currency convertibility. Sometimes it's more or less like a corporation that is responsible for converting currency from one country to another, so that when companies they are in that business of exporting, they should not have problems when they want to convert their currency from their own country's currency to a foreign currency. So, and again, apart from that, has been other areas like assisting wars, assisting when there are problems. That's the overseas private investment corporation. And from there, last time again, we had to party another way of promoting trade, apart from the two we have mentioned, subsidy, and the current and export financing. Another one that we discussed last time is about the foreign trade zone. which we describe foreign trade zone and it has a designated area where uh, uh, goods can pass, products can pass within those regions without being intervened, especially with tariff. So what those ones are the foreign trade zones. So example of these foreign trade zones is said about the study Mesa, where we have ordered something from Japan as it is passing by the COMESA countries, you are relieved. So it is these countries, they agree that whenever a product is passing by their country, there should not be charged any tariff. And that is what is called the foreign trade zones. It's designated. We have got other foreign trade worldwide, we have got foreign, because it depends on which countries have agreed to form a trade zone. So it is countries that were obliged to at least join one of these trade zones. We have got plenty Pacific trade zones in Africa, so many of them. In Asia, we have got the here in Central Africa, with the SADC, the COMESA, whatsoever. The end behind for these trade zones is just promoting trade, so that when the products are passing by these trade zones from one country to another, they have to pass without being asked to tariff. Again, we had again to discuss the very same another area, what is called government promotion of trade, to what are called the government special agencies. We are looking at those government special agencies. So we are actually saying that sometimes there are special agencies that the government assists the promotion of trade. So for those agencies. So typically in the United States, well, in the United States, in Chile, we've got the Chile Training Commission. In the United States, we have got in Malawi, we've got other special agencies like the trade fair, whatsoever. They have got there are special agencies that are connected to the trade that are there to promote. They are there to promote promotion of trade. The JETRO as the Japan, what is called the Japan External Trade Organization. Again, it's one of the special agencies in Japan that aid promotion of trade. Then behind all these special agencies, they actually work hand in hand with government to promote trade. They are there to make sure that government works well, especially about that they work hand in hand in terms of trade. So the look at that government again. From what we actually discussed, we concluded that indeed government has got an upper hand in the promotion of trade. Government has got an upper hand. But the fact that we look at those motives behind, whether the political, economical, and the cultural motives behind trade, that we are addressing the final conclusion being that indeed government is there to promote international trade. But today we are still looking at the very same area. We are still looking at the very same area. Hopefully that next week will be our last week as we'll be going for the next semester. Next week we'll meet at least once. But now let's look at this issue on government restricting trade. Government. what government restriction on trade. We have seen that government has a positive impact. Government is looking at the trade as something very vital. But now, on the other hand, government again has got the role of restricting trade. Government has the role of restricting trade. So when we look at that government's role in restricting trade, what we are looking at there, we are looking at barriers to trade. We are looking at barriers to trade. What are the things that are referred as barriers to trade? So this is part of barriers to trade. Government restrictions, we are just referring to what the government barriers to trade. So restriction. So when I look at this restriction, we are looking at several restrictions that we will discuss. We have got several restrictions that we are going to discuss. There are generally two major barriers that we look at. We have got several barriers, but again we will discuss these barriers in details. Therefore, these barriers, sometimes they can prevent products from either entering the country or leaving out of the country. So we have got these barriers. There are barriers to import and barriers to export. So they are looking at these barriers in the form of barriers to import and barriers to export. There are those things that prevent trade from either entering into your country or product going out of the country. That's why we're looking at them as barriers to trade. So we have got these barriers. There are tariff barriers and what are called non-tariff barriers. So we are looking at them two issues of what the tariff barriers and the non-tariff barriers. So these barriers are two. We have what are called the tariff barriers. Tariff barriers and what are called non-tariff barriers. So we have got these barriers because we are looking at them as restrictions. So they are referred to as their barriers. Again, so we are looking at them too. They are tariff barriers and what are called non-tariff barriers. So we will start with the tariff barriers and then look at what are these tariff barriers. But generally, we are looking at these are the barriers available in government, and then they will try as much as possible to prevent products from leaving the country or from entering into the country. That's what I call this. Therefore, they are there to reduce at least they reduce in the buying and reducing the selling of products either out of the country or within the country. Now let's look at let's just look at it in a very closest context, and then we'll start with the tariff. Let's start with these tariffs and then we'll look at the tariff barriers. Now let's look at these tariffs. What are the tariffs? Now, if we look at the tariff, you can define. If you have to define what a tariff is all about, tariffs are just like taxes. They are taxes that they impose. It's a tariff. It's a barrier. It's a barrier to trade. Tariffs are taxes that are imposed on either imported goods or exported goods. So they are referred to as tariffs. So these are referred to as their taxes. It's a taxes imposed on import or exports. Government's role or government's tax levied on products as it enters or as it leaves the country
those are what the tariffs. They were referring to them as they are referred to as the government tax level products. Yeah, what about level? There are those taxes that are that are put on import or on export. They are referred as tariffs. Government is there to restrict those tariffs. For example, government can impose heavy tax on goods as you are importing. Cars, government can restrict by giving imposing by putting a very heavy tax. Then people will just say, "No, we will not buy because the taxes heavy." So we look at that as the tariffs. Therefore, out of this, we have got several types of tariffs. We can classify these tariffs into two major ones, three categories. Let's look at these categories of tariffs. One, we have what are called the export tariff. Categories of tariffs. We have got one, export tariff, two, import tariff, and got three, we have got what is called transit tariff. Transit tariff. For these three categories of tariffs, the Corona called export tariff, the Corona called the import tariff, and the what's called the transit tariff. Remember what we are looking at here, what about these tariffs? We are looking at the form of taxes. That's why this way the tax that is also either export or transit. Now, when you look at this, let me just define the three types of categories of tariffs. If you look at export tariff, it is just levied by the government of a country that is exporting when it is exporting a product. That is what is called export tariff. So export tariff, you look at that tax that is imposed on the goods the goods that are set up on export to level by government. Government will sometimes try to say, no, I think if you want to export commodities out there, tax is this. You have to pay tax to government. So if it is going to restrict that, it can give a very big tax. The company gives a very big tax. People will say, no, I think we won't be exporting things out. We won't be exporting things out. It's more or less like government is trying to restrict. You don't want you to be taking control from the country out. So it's going to put more tax on that. So we call that one as the export tariff. Export. So countries can use this export tariff when they believe that export prices is lower than it should be. So at the moment that when they see that the export tariff is lower than it should be, is when the government will say, let's now put on this one. But we have got other countries which are developing, those are the developing nations. So those are developing nations of which when you talk about this export, it's mostly done on low priced natural resources that are often levied on the very same export tariff. So we will look at those countries, talk about the developing countries. So there are other countries of which, when we talk about this government will try as much as possible to put heavy tax so that it wants to at least gain something. You see, when we talk about the export, we talk about tax. Taxes here in Malawi, tax is being controlled by the MRA, the Malawi Revenue Authority. That's what it's called, it's a tariff. The tariff is not tax. So MRI can impose on goods when you are, because if you are to send tobacco out there, government has to impose tax. If you are to buy things out there, you are ordering a car from Japan, whichever, you are bringing to a country, you have to pay MRA. You can't run out from there. So that's what we call tariff. But we have another one which is the import tariff. So we know about this import tariff against the opposite of the export tariff. So I mean that sometimes the government can put tax on the goods that are imported to prevent them from coming. You have, for example, you have ordered a car from Japan, and you find that maybe you have ordered it at 5 million. You have ordered a car 5 million from Japan, right? So this is the amount of the money that you have ordered the car. So if the government would like to block people from ordering cars in Japan, what would you say? Or 50%. 50% money, amount of money that you have ordered will be taxed. Or 25%. So they say 25%, this 25%. 25% of that is taxed. So the moment that I said MRA says 25% is taxed on that one. So you find that 25% of that, of this one is 1/4 of that one, you find 1.5 billion. So which is about 1.5 million. 1.5 million is taxed. Now we look at that say, now the car bought it at 5 million. I will have to put 1.5 million MRA, and there are other costs that I have to pay. As the car now reaches Malawi and you are using it, but you bought it at 5 million, you will discover that you will spend about close to 8 million. 8 million Malawi. And say, hey, 8 million. Why can't I just leave and I just buy a ship from my country? When you are looking at that is a way of barriers. Government is trying to block people from ordering things out there. So you say, why can't I just buy a single-hand car that here in Malawi? Because what government believes, the moment you are starting sending money, you are buying things out there, it means you are taking money out of your country. The moment you are taking money out of your country is now becoming poorer and poorer and poorer. Because you are looking at now one forex. Because when you are buying a car from Japan, you buy using what's called a forex. Forex exchange. You have to exchange your money and the amount of that one. So it means you are taking money from the country outside the country, making your country be poor, and that country will be rich. So government will try, if government wants to block that, it can block that by imposing what? Heavy tax, and that tax is what is called the tariff. It's called the tariff, and that tariff is what is called the import tariff. So import tariff is that one of which is levied by the on import products. When you are importing products, you do what that. The third one is the transit one. So we have got this the transit tariff. So look at the transit tariff. We are looking at that now. It's a tax that is being levied by the government as it goes on the transit. When we talk about goods are on the transit, it means that they are on the way. They are going on the way. So that is what's called the transit. So when we talk about transit, we are looking at that as goods as products are on the way. You have to pay. For example, you have this party, you have got a car. As it is on the way, as it passes the border there, you find it. Well, the first one, the import is MRI, which is MRI. But now the other time that the car is coming from Dar es Salaam. Every port it passes, every port it passes, they have to pay. They have to pay until when they reach the country. Yeah. When look at that one, we call that one as a transit tariff. Transit tariff, we're looking at there, those are the tariffs as goods, or in other words, goods are passing by, passing through on the way to the fact before they reach the final destination, they have to pay tax. That's what's called the transit tax. In other words, these transit taxes have been almost entirely eliminated worldwide because sometimes you find that this is the transit government. The government have been saying, I think they are simply because of international agreements. There are other agreements countries do agree. For example, we are, but if you are on the bilateral, if you are, there's a relationship between Malawi and the Tanzania. If our relationship is that which is very cordial, finally we can agree that whosoever passes by it, don't better than just to pass by. So we are trying to prevent the transit. But in other countries where the relationship is sour, it's not that cordial. When goods are passing by their country, the MRA has to pay the cost. Generally, it is normal for MRA to ask for time simply because we're looking at it that it's there, it's mandatory, it has to be mandatory. For a country to survive, for the survival of any country worldwide, it depends on the country. Because tariffs are very, very, very important. As we actually know that for countries economically to survive, it's just because of the tariff. So you have to see that there are three types of tariffs. You have got the import, you have got the export, and you have got the transit. All this, it is a barrier to trade. Therefore, we are referring this barrier to trade as one of them is tariff, the imposition of tariff as government restriction on trade. Therefore, government will restrict international trade through tariff, and this tariff is about that. Again, on the very same tariff, we look at that. We look at other types of tariffs. We can look at other types of tariffs. So we have got the right, we have other tariffs, which is or especially on the import, when you are importing goods. When you are importing goods, we have got other type of tariffs, especially on import here. On import, we have got 3, especially on import. We have one is called the overhead tariff and overhead tariff, we have the overhead tariff and tariff. Already tariff, but one is called specific tariff and compound tariff. That one is called specific tariff. Specific tariff is called compound tariff. We look at this. We look at the algorithm. And Valorem tariff. All these 3, they are referred to as the import tariff. They are referred to as the import tariff. But the way they are, we talk about this, it depends on the way they are charged. How they are charged, the way they are charged on the import, when you import, it depends on how they are charged. That's why we have what the and the Valorem tariff, we have the specific tariff and the compound tariff. Let me just explain a little on the first one, and then I'll talk about the specific and then the compound. If you look at the Valorem tariff, and Valorem tariff, when you look at that type of tariff, it's a tariff, it's a tax that is being imposed, and it is levied as a percentage of the stated price of an imported product. It is levied based on percentage of the stated price. So it is based on percentage of stated price. A very good example. You have bought a car in Malawi. Government will say, right? You are buying a car from Japan in Malawi. The MRA will just say, any car that comes to Malawi, the price, regardless of the price, but 10% will be taxed. So when you go to MRA, you take all the receipts, you say, I bought this car, and these are the papers, and they will calculate based on the percentage. If you bought the car at 5 million, they will look at the percentage. If they say 5% will be the sum for the MRA, so they will calculate 5% of the quantum. And once you do that, that is what is called the algorithm. Because this algorithm, it is referred to as the same tax, but now this tax, it is based on percentage of stated products that you have imported out there. So that is what's called the algorithm. So the algorithm is based on the percentage of the commodities that you have bought. The second one is the specific one. Now, what about this specific one now? It's not about the percentage as the algorithm, but now specific, it is to do with the specific. In other words, the specific tariff, it is based on specific fee for each unit measure by number, weight, or what. So specific unit. They will talk about specific price. So you say, this one is, if they say, they will just say, you have this car. We are not taking it as a percentage. Import it at how much? 5 million. Okay. 2 million is tax. They are not looking at percentage there. They are just looking at it. Or you have got 5 microscope. You have ordered 5 microscope from Japan. This microscope, the tax is out of the 5. This how much do you buy it? Oh, I bought this one. This is the microscope at 3 million. Okay, tax there or the tariff there is 1 million. It's 1 million. They are not talking about percentage. They are just talking about the specific based on the unit, based on the weight, based on the weight unit. So they just say, we're not talking about. But if you look at this one, based on the algorithm, they are talking about percentage. Whatever percentage is. But whatever time you brought out there, so they will be 10%. So they will calculate it based on the percentage. But if you look at this one, which is the specific, it's not to do with the percentage as such, but they are there to they are looking at a specific unit. In other words, you are paying based on the costs. That they are charging about the cost now. They say, because we bought this at this amount, then we are charging you this. And that is what is called the specific tariff. Lastly, out of this, the very simple important, we have the compound tariff. So compound tariff is now the combination of compound. When you look at compound is now the combination of ad valorem, and specific. They will charge, they will say, okay, 50%, and at the same time, they will put the price. So it is more or less like compound, both will apply. Therefore, we are looking at it as levied on import products and calculated partly as percentage and partly as a specific fee for each unit. So they will calculate partly as a percentage and partly as a specific fee. So it's partly, in other words, partly as percentage and as specific fee of commodity, specific fee of commodity. That is what is called compound. A good example of compound, sometimes you can say, no, I think you have ordered this one, 20%, and at the same time they'll say, but again, this amount. So it is more or less like compound, it is to do with both the specific and then the algorithm, the percentage. That's the specific. All this one they are looking at here, they are the algorithm. The government is trying to block people from ordering things out by imposing what I call the risk tariffs. Then that time.
Can we say that one uses compounds method?
What about the use percentage?
Do they use compounds? Because you might not use water for the whole man, but they will still give you a gift.
Oh, water board. No, water board, we have not taken water board as that, unless, because you see, what we are looking at is, we are looking at the government is trying to restrict you from ordering things out there. They shouldn't come to your country. And you at water board, if you are looking at those consumption, they're just within your country. So we can not take the context of water board because we are looking at that as an item that is just within your country. But if you look at this, we are looking at the restriction. That is saying we don't want people to be bringing these things. Let's come bringing several. These, if you look at these ones, are the ones that you can find these are in Marai. So the Marai, the revenue authority is why you can get this one. But what about that is just a state, it's a statutory, it's just something which is just a provision of service to people like water, smart, those ones. So it's quite different from the these tariffs. Now, look at now, what are the importance of these tariffs? So look at what are the importance of the tariffs. Let's look at the importance of these tariffs. Now, if you look at the importance of tariffs, these tariffs, if that, although we are looking at them as whether export or import or even transit, they play a very vital role in countries. One of the importance of tariff, one of them is to protect domestic producers. One of the importance to protect domestic producers. Protection of domestic producers. Importance of tariffs. Importance of tariffs. Protection of domestic producers. Protection of domestic producers. What about protection of domestic producers? What do we mean? Protection of domestic producers. What we mean is sometimes you may discover that government has to impose that to protect domestic producers, to protect protection of domestic producers. That's why they put on the tariff. Again, apart from the protection of that one, so nations do protect domestic producers. For example, import tariff raises the cost of imported goods and increases the appeal to one other area. So when we look at that, that is protection of domestic producers to avoid competition. We have another one, which is what is called another importance of the basic tariffs is just the generation of revenue. So that one is just a normal generation of revenue. Like for us to generate revenue in Malawi, it's just below the tariffs. For the first one, the one that I said protection of domestic producers, they are trying to protect the domestic producers by raising so that these people they are able to sell the commodities within their country. But for this one, the generation of revenue, government do outsource its revenue through tariffs. So that's another way of doing that. So we are looking at the first barrier to trade, and that is the tariff. The second one now. Let's look at the second barrier to trade. But before we go to the second barrier to trade, maybe you have some observation, you have got other questions and whatever we are looking at now, the second type of